sewer. I swear! Huzzah! Let's see what you've got against my illusions! Remember, forward illusion! Now, will you stay to earn fame and fortune, or play it safe? Well, I can't fault you for giving up. This was really difficult. Just stay still, while I bring you all back to reality. and to return. Defeat.
Well met.
Got dragon parts? That all you need?
Another day, another glorious hunt.
Let us begin this adventure.
My spell?
Seekers! I will liquefy you! You're a legacy of rot! Please, all of you! I will twist your I will twist your bones. A legacy of rot. You're a legacy of rot. Your pain is delicious. Scream for me. Does this bring you purpose? twist your bones. You witless things! I shall dissect you! Yours is a lazy rot! Let's continue our little game. Please. Your pain is delicious. forever, but I can. Strike her down. All of I will liquefy you. You witless things! Things. You witless things. Slowly. Yours is a legacy of rot. You witless things! Yours is a legacy of rot! You witness, please. I shall dissect you! Please, all of you! I will twist your bones! I will twist your bones! Yours is a legacy of rot!
Another day, another glorious hunt.
Greetings. How might I be of service?
Well met.
adventurer!
requires
Looks like me. Alright. Not exactly sure how much is left. Actually, I am sure. These things cycle every Monday, so um, Mesobaranza is finished. Weekly's finished. I can't progress that further no matter how hard I try because the campaign is attached to the weekly. I could do a couple of dailies, but they're part of the contribution to the weekly, so no matter what you do, the only thing you will get will be points that goes towards rewards within the store, not towards rewards on the weekly. Have to wait for all these rewards during the weekly. So that's that one is done. Dark rewards for the weekly haven't been done yet because the weekly for this week was already filled, or should I say last week. Tomorrow will be a refresher, and the weekly for Dragonborn Veil, that's done as well. Can't collect the next reward for the following week. So apparently, based on this game, this Dragonborn Veil, you could 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and within those 3 weeks, you collect these additional 3 rewards. So Dragonborn Veil can be done within 3 weeks, not because it can be done, it's because you're not allowed to finish this campaign in less than 3 weeks. I don't know how they set up their game. This is probably one of the reasons why Dungeons and Dragons, the video game, has never been like as popular as other video games, because they put like severe restrictions on you in order for you not to progress and complete certain things. I know if you allow someone to complete an entire campaign within a week, it feels cheap, but to have them wait for an entire month just to progress to the next campaign, it's kind of stupid in my opinion. And I know why they do it as well. They do it because they know if you're playing the D&D tabletop game, campaigns are long, and sometimes those campaigns could go beyond a week, beyond 2 weeks. But this is not a tabletop game. This is like a video game. So when you do that, and you have the players with nothing to do once they complete their weekly, there's nothing to do. So it's not like a tabletop game. The story continue to progress. Once you go home, following week, you meet up with your friends, you do it again. That doesn't apply to video game because a person doesn't have to wait for an entire week to be playing a video game. They could just keep playing and keep playing and keep playing, whether their friends are there or not. That's the problem with people who don't understand, or a lot of people don't understand video games. You're not dependent on others to progress forward in anything. When you put restrictions on anyone to make them not do something, you're making them not get towards something fast, even though they're putting in the work. And no one likes that because you're forcing them to abide by your rules, even though you're asking them for currency if you don't want to abide by the rules, or you're already putting severe restrictions on them, which is you're making a campaign so long that in order for them to attain the rewards, they have to wait. So that's the whole deal with Neverwinter. If you don't want to wait, you have to pay. It's a pay to progress game. But if you do want to progress, you have to do what they say and wait, because you're not paying, so we're only going to give you when we're ready to give it to you based on how we set the things up. But make no mistake, they're getting paid regardless if you're paying them or not, because every time people are playing this game for hours on end or days on end, those numbers add up to amount of people who are playing their game. And the more people who are interacting and playing their game or watching their content is the same as if a lot of people who are watching a streamer stream playing a game, watching that streamer for hours, and they are subscribed to that streamer. So even though they might not be getting any money from that streamer or from that subscriber, that subscriber is still subscribed to their channel and is still watching their stuff for hours. And that brings the attention of the sponsors. So these people are getting sponsors for their game based on the amount of people that are playing their game per the hour, per the day. At the moment you touch their game and you're playing their game, you're just one more person that are playing their game. And if you're one more person that are playing their game, you're part of a number, and that number is factored and calculated. And they get money based on the amount of people who are playing their game. That's how free-to-play game works. Of course, it's not fully dependent on that. Otherwise, these people will be in a poorhouse. That's why they set up the microtransactions and the pay to progress. But these people do it bad. They don't do like Warframe. You know, they don't meet you at the halfway point. They fully depend on you paying to progress to get to where you have to go, past the halfway point. Not where you could pay to progress, but we're not going to push it on you and let you physically feel it and physically throw it in front of your face. So in this game, they physically throw it in front of your face and make you also physically feel it in the burn. So you're not only burning and you're physically feeling it, they're actually telling you and showing you, well, you don't have to go through all the stress if you pay. So they're telling you that you need to pay us so we could keep doing this. Otherwise, we'll make you keep feeling it, feeling the burn. You'll eventually get what you want, but you will always be burned out by the time you get what you want. And who wants to be burned out? That's the whole spiel. They don't want you to be burned out. They want you to pay. So that's why they keep making it burn out. But smart people, they're like, nah, fuck that. You need to learn. Pay to win, pay to progress doesn't work. You either meet people at the halfway point or at the 25% point. Once you go past the halfway point and you're at the 75% marker, you already fail. 75%, 80%, 90% failure. Actually, once you go past 50% marker and you're in 65, once you go past the halfway point in pay to win and pay to progress, you've already failed. If you already are at 51, you're already failing. The moment you hit 60, you're 100% failing in the eyes of the people. They're not going to tell you that, but they're going to be bitching to their friends and their family members. Oh, this fucking game. Yeah. Like, that's why there are only loyalists to the D&D franchise that play this game. And not a lot of people play this game other than the loyalists. And when they go away from this game, they don't come back until year or 2 years later. It's not like they're consistent. Only diehard people are consistent. Everybody else was like, oh yeah, almost forgot about that game. Because these assholes don't get it. You know, if you're going to do free to play and you're going to be a prick, you should do free to play and be a prick like Fortnite, or be free to play and be a prick like Apex Legend, or be free to play and be a prick like well, not Skyforge, they're equally as worse. What's that other game? I don't remember, but those are the two main ones, Apex and Fortnite. So if you're gonna do the whole free to play or free to progress thing, you should at least make your game to the value for which people are playing. They're gonna feel like even though they're burning, they're getting good value for the burn, rather than you forcing them to feel like they gotta wait forever. You know, Playing this game feels like you're waiting in a line for a long ass movie, for the most popular movie of all times, and you're waiting in the line, and the line curls not only around the building, but around the other building and around the other building. A long ass line for a concert. That's what playing a campaign in this game is like. So I will never give them money, ever, unless it's something that would progress myself to a ridiculous amount of time in a short amount of time. Everything else, I would never give them money. I prefer to give Warframe money than these people money. At Warframe, you don't even need to give people in Warframe money. Give them money. You can only give them money simply because they're doing a good job. And that's the difference between Warframe and this game. In Warframe, they're actually doing a good job in how they're doing their progression, that you want to incentivize them to keep doing it so that you can keep playing it. These motherfuckers here don't get that, and I don't think they get it and want to get it. They're like Madden. I only play this game because it's free to play. If this game wasn't free to play, I wouldn't be playing it. And I play it a lot because I could progress whenever I want, however I want. If I want to put a lot of time into it, I put a lot of time. If I want to put a little time, put a little time. But I'll never give these motherfuckers any money, because they're just like Fortnite and Apex. It's pay to win, pay to progress, like Call of Duty bullshit, like Madden. Like, kiss my ass. You learn your lesson one day, or you will never get money from the majority of the prominent, I wouldn't even say prominent, but the mass players who aren't die-hard D&D fans. I'm not a die-hard D&D fan, but I am a D&D fan. Not die-hard, but I am D&D fan. Played a couple of tabletops, played the previous D&D video game. Already knew about Dungeons and Dragons since I was a kid, but I've never been that hardcore to the fact that I would stay for a week, more than 2 weeks in a campaign on a tabletop. I'm not that hardcore. And this game is not like those tabletops. You can't just, okay, John, Mary, Joseph, Philip, Felipe, Jose, I'll see you next Saturday for our next D&D session in the campaign. And by the end of the month, the campaign is over. You know, go back home once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week. They meet up. They finish the tabletop until by the end of the month, the campaign is over. That's not this. You could literally sit in your room for hours on end, play this, and you don't have to wait for the next time you got to meet your friends. It's like they don't comprehend that. People who play video games don't have to wait to meet up with anyone for another week or another. It's like they're forcing the idea of the standard D&D tabletop behavior into video game behavior. And people who play video games don't go by the D&D rules. They go by video game rules. And when you make a video game, you have to abide by video game rules. But if you're forcing people to not abide by video game rules, you're forcing people to abide by D&D video game rules, then you're in a separate side of a universe somewhere. That's why I don't stress, and I never pay them anything. I like how things are in the game. I like the game. But technically, I don't like the game. Because you know what? Everything in D&D is not from Cryptic. Everything in D&D is from the tabletop and from the books. All the people from Cryptic did is just turned it into a motherfucking video game. So when I'm playing a bard, when I'm playing a rogue, when I'm playing a sorcerer, or when I'm fighting Beelzebub, I mean not Beelzebub, when I'm fighting the Behemoth, or when I'm fighting Bahamut, or when I'm fighting Valandria, or when I'm fighting the spiders. Those are all from the goddamn books and the tabletops. So these people haven't invented shit that wasn't already there. So when I'm playing this character, I'm using this Bart's my little companion, and when I'm riding on a mount that I got from Cholt, and I have a companion with me, and this siege bear, these are all from the goddamn tabletop and the books, including the perks and how you do certain things. All they did is adapt what was there. So when I'm shitting on the game, I'm not shitting on D&D. I'm shitting on the idiots who are using D&D in order to cash fucking grab. Like, they want to respect D&D, but they don't understand how to balance off. This is not a fucking tabletop. This is a goddamn video game. Don't use D&D in order to fill your pockets. It's like you're not like the Warframe community. You don't get on podcasts or on YouTube videos and Twitch and then do like once every week a live broadcast. I hardly see these fuckers ever on a video. Ever. Like maybe once in a while they'll show up on a video. Like, god damn it, man. The same with fucking Fortnite, man. They're always trying to rob somebody. That's why they took Fortnite to freaking court. And as long as those diehard D&D people keep feeding these people, the more you feed money to the engine, the more Cryptic will keep dishing out the pay to progress thing and not balance the game out. They started to learn some of it when they realized a lot of fans were and a lot of people stopped playing the game, so they try to balance it off, but they're still doing it. You could feel it. They're slowly but surely trying to balance it off. It's like, okay, we were putting too much tension. Let's take about at least 15% off from 10 to 15% off from the strenuous aggression that people have to play in order to attain something. So they slightly improved the game with regards to progression in the past 2 years. It took these fuckers 2 years to realize that they gotta ease up on the progression. It shouldn't take you more than a year to realize you're screwing up. Like, as much as I'm playing their game, it's like, alright, well, if you don't like their games, don't play. But like, this ain't their game, motherfucker. This is D&D game. This is the people who made the game. They just happen to adapt what was made. This is not their property. This is D&D's property. They just created the goddamn game. The software and how they set up and how they build the world, that's theirs. But what you're seeing when you in this world, that's all D&D property. That's all their stuff. The ideas, the creatures, everything. How they move. Even when I'm running and stuff. Charging into battle. That's an ability of a bard to charge into battle. All these things. The only thing that I would say is the people who made this game is how they set up the game. The rollovers, the menu system, the chat, how they set up the game with regards to that. And it's not even done that well. It felt like this was done on a computer way back in the days, and then they try to turn it over to PlayStation video game and other consoles. And you could feel it when you're scrolling over and scrolling down to try to set up quests and stuff. Be like, why is it struggle for you to go from one to the next just like this? See, I'm going here. I should be able to use my L3 and go up and down really quick. Scroll up and down real quick. But it stops on each of them. So it's like I have to press hold down and wait till it goes up and down. So it's designed to stop. It was terrible. I mean, it's better. This is why I say they've improved it about 15% past the way it used to be. It used to be terrible. Back in the days, it took more than like a millisecond. Like, this takes about a millisecond for it to move from this one to this one. And if you hold down L3, it takes about a full second for it to get from the top to bottom. But it was worse back in the days. It took you about a full 2 seconds to get from top to bottom. The lag was real because it wasn't really made for PlayStation consoles. It was first created for like PC and stuff, and they just adapted it for consoles. So I'll be like, whatever, man. It's like you all need to get your shit together. Madden is never going to change. That's a battle I gave up on a long time ago. Those are like primo snobby, golf ball players, assholes, part of the Gold Tee membership only a-holes, and they don't care if anyone makes fun of him, and that's always fascinated me about Madden. Those fuckers don't care that people make fun of them. They really don't. I mean, it bothers me that you would not care that people make fun of you because you literally are transferring. I mean, they literally know that people are going to be making fun of them for years, all the way until they're dead. It's like even if they die and they pass away and someone else took over the Madden franchise, they've stained the Madden franchise, and they've allowed the people who are coming up who are going to carry the Madden franchise to burden the weight of their shittiness. So now those people have to always be stressed because they're carrying the luggage that the dumbass Madden who didn't give a fuck has to deal with now. So even if the people of Madden in the near future fix Madden, they will always be hounded by the fans and insulted and made fun of simply because of some douchebags who didn't give a shit in the past. It's like slavery. People still shit on white people, but it's not the white people that live in this generation's fault anymore. It was the white people from back then, the shitty assholes who believe governing others means that they have power until the power shift, and soon they realize, we're like, okay, there's a lot of countries who are superpowers as well. If we don't cut the slavery shit over, and we don't try to make slaves of Asians or of blacks and stuff, we're gonna get overpowered by all nations all at once. I mean, Lincoln took a different route with regards to that because, he was the pacifist type. So he already knew there was something up with that from the jump. He didn't need to worry about any other nations turning and invading. It was like he already knew that from the jump that it was something that was wrong. And that it goes the same in video games. When you know something is wrong, but you refuse to do something about it, you're basically a video game slave owner. Pretty much. Madden are video game slave owners. And they don't care. That's why they will always be shit. Even if Madden fixed their game and then no longer the same Madden, I will still make fun of them. I say, hey, remember how you guys used to be dickheads? And say, yeah, that's a different company. I don't give a fuck. You still use the word Madden. You don't want to be associated with old Madden. Don't call your company Madden anymore. Change the name. You still carry that shitty ass slave owner name, then you'll still be made fun of. Alright, so I gotta do this and this. So there's nothing much I could do. I mean, every time I do a quay, I gotta wait forever. So I'm gonna probably jump on Resident Evil 4 Remake and try to see as far as I could get with Leon. And then sometime tomorrow, yeah, let me just do this real quick. Sometime tomorrow, that's when I'm starting to finish up the mangas. So tomorrow, Monday and Tuesday, I'm finishing up the mangas reviews for Thursday. And of course, Horizon Forbidden West, the Shores DLC is coming out. It already came out. Finish up Resident Evil 4 Remake. And I would have been done with that game if cryptic shitty ass Neverwinter long progression didn't take you like forever. It took me like, oh my God, from the beginning of April to now, I finally made it to. Where am I? From the beginning of April, I started Sharandar because I've been away from the game for a while. So from Sharandar, the entire Sharandar campaign, from when I first started April, for the entire first week of April, I dropped nothing but hours and hours and hours just to finish Sharandar. And then Dragonbone Vale, the second week of April, I did the same exact thing. I dropped hours and hours and hours and hours just to get to this point in Dragonbone Vale. I'm not even finished with the campaign fully. I mean, Dragonbone Vale, it says it's 100% advanced, which means it's complete, but I haven't got all the rewards. Like, dear God, man. And then North Dark Reach, another one. So basically, every single one of these campaigns are more than just a week. Whenever you see something like this, a campaign with a name and then something next to it, this, the Iron Tooth, basically means it's telling you that's a week. It'll take you to finish that. And Soul Keeper, that's another week. And then Odious Court, that's another week. So 3 weeks just to finish goddamn Sharandar. And then Dragonbone Vale. When you see these three things up here, that's the same as Sharandar, these three things here. It just is not in that format. It will take you 3 weeks to get all three of this because the weekly haul forces you not to go to the next progression slot. So that's 3 weeks for Sharandar, 3 weeks for this, 3 weeks for this, and 3 weeks for this as well. Yeah. So basically, I did the 3 weeks of Sharandar, but I also made sure to force myself to, while I was doing 3 weeks of Sharandar, I did 3 weeks of Dragonbone Vale, and 3 weeks of North Dark Reach, and 3 weeks of Baranzan. So basically, even though I was doing 3 weeks of Sharandar, so basically you could only complete Sharandar in 3 weeks. Technically, I was doing 3 other campaigns on top of that 3-week campaign. So I was doing 1, 2, 3, 4 campaigns within 3 weeks. Like 4 campaigns within 3 weeks. One campaign is supposed to take you about a good 3 weeks to 3 weeks to a month to finish, and I was doing 4 campaigns within those 3 weeks, trying to force all of these campaigns within just 3 weeks, and I managed to do it. I managed to complete. Oh, actually, Baranzan is only 30% advanced, so I didn't do that. So my bad. I did not manage to do it. I only managed to complete 3 of them. So 3 campaigns fully completed within 3 weeks. Oh, wait a minute. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? Sharandar is still at 98%. But technically, I'll consider 100. Dragonbone Vale is 100. North Dark Reach is not even 100. What am I talking about? Oh my god. Yep. So basically, that's what the game is telling you. This goddamn game, man. This goddamn game. Like, if I was to finish Sharandar, this one, at 98%, like, or 100%, this one at 100%. This will have to be 1 week. This will have to be another week. That's 3 weeks for just one fucking campaign. And then the next campaign, that's 1, 2, 3. That's another 3 weeks. That's basically all from May as well. March and May combined together with just these 2 motherfucking campaigns. And then going from May, I won't be fully finished with all this until goddamn June. Because this is only at 20% now. Like, Jesus Christ, man. Whoever thought about this shit should get their ass kicked. Like, why should it... Look, if I'm to play one campaign, I get it. I should be able to finish one campaign. I mean, if it's long, within a month. 1, 2, 3. It just doesn't add up, man. Is this game really telling me, do I really need to play this, all of these for like a full 3 months? Should it really take me 3 months till I actually get here, till I 100% this? Oh, my bad. 1, 2, 3, 4. Should it really take me 4 months to finish all 4 of these? Like, I'm ready to go right now to do all of them. Should I really have to wait for 4 months? See, this is why there are fuck ups. If someone is ready to go, good to go, got the coffee in them, got the food in them, ready to go all the way, should you really force that person to wait 4 fucking months to finish all of these? If they could really get it done within a month or 2? That's why this is a pay to progress. We're like, yeah, you can get it done if you pay us. They're like, man, kiss my ass. All right, so I'm gonna go on Resident Evil 4 remake. I'll keep playing this game, and eventually I get to 55k. But I ain't giving these motherfuckers anything. Those sad fucks that are into this D&D version game, that's their fault. It's like, oh, if you don't like D&D stuff, one of them say, if you don't like D&D stuff, well, get the hell out of here. I told them to on the mic when I was playing with, like, this ain't D&D, asshole. This is a bunch of greedy people trying to make profit off D&D. So I'm out. I'm gonna jump on Resident Evil 4 remake right now. I'll be back on Warframe on the Monday, but I'm going to be very busy for the month of the last few weeks of April, because now I got to drop that manga, and I got like 20 different mangas to fully go over before Thursday. But it's no problem for me. Like, I read manga like a person drinks water. I go through those pages like it's nothing. Let me just log off.